you'll find in my book, Mohammed's Koran, might well shock you. Because this book turns upside down the lie that Islam is a religion of peace. Anyone who just turns to the Koran contained in this book will see within minutes why it is that devout followers of Muhammad engage in terrorist atrocities and beheadings. What you'll find truly disturbing is that what I have to say about Islam is nothing new. I'm simply telling you what the educated elite in the West was saying about Islam for centuries leading up to 9/11. Once 9/11 happened, rather than inform the people of the West about the truth of Islam, our politicians, our journalists, academics and clergy, they reversed the warnings about Islam which their predecessors had used to keep the people of the West informed. I won't just quote the West scholars of Islam, I'll quote past presidents of the United States of America and prime ministers of Great Britain. My book exposes how year after year, terrorist atrocity after terrorist atrocity, this generation who are supposed to be our leaders, they're simply leading us further and further into deception. They are leading us closer and closer to civil war in Europe. And I know that might sound a bit shocking, but just a few years ago, that's precisely what the French Prime Minister warned was coming. And now look at France, in a permanent state of emergency, with a citizens' militia recreated centuries after it was abolished. And still they can't keep a lid on the terrorist attacks there. And what book is it inspiring those attacks? It's Mohammed's Koran. Were your parents ever asked by politicians, do you want Islam? This culture of intolerance and warfare brought into your country? Of course they weren't. These politicians knew the fundamentals of the doctrines and the history of Islam before they imported it into our country without any democratic mandate. They have brought about the transformation of Europe against the will of our people. As one of the greatest experts on Islam repeatedly warned just 10 years ago, Europe will be an Islamic state by the end of the 21st century. The threat is that serious. According to that historian, non-Muslim children born in Europe this year will outlive their lives as pensioners under the rule of Islam. In this book, I show you how the Quran is seen by devout Muslims and how it is seen by the educated elite in the West for centuries leading up to 9/11. The reason why you see so little on TV about the life of Muhammad and the rise of Islam is they cannot show you without showing you that he was a warlord barbarian. If he was alive now, people would be saying he should be on trial for war crimes. Yet to Muslims, he's the perfect example of a moral man. So since Islam is a doctrine of war, it's no surprise that the Quran, the manual for that war, is encrypted. In my book, the Quran is shown in its decrypted form. And once you see the Quran in its decrypted form, it'll be clear to you why within minutes Muslims kill for Islam. Buy this book before it's banned. There's already a campaign to ban it. We know the attack on our speech. This book decrypts and decodes the Quran. It will help non-Muslims like you at home. If you're sitting there and you want to understand what's happening, you want to understand what this war is, why we're under attack, know your enemy. Buy this book and understand exactly what their goals are and exactly what their plans are. You'll be able to buy it on the link below. Help me get the best-selling Quran, the #1 Amazon-selling Quran in British history. Buy this book before they ban it. If you want to know what's happening in Europe, if you want to know why we're under attack, if you want to know why we're at war, this explains it all. As I said, you'll get it on Amazon. Click on the link below.